Moving into segment two now, we're going to talk about a guy that the Pistons acquired at the deadline. I think we were all super excited when we got this guy. I think Gabe even came on the pod after we lost to Utah and was like, you know, Simone Fontecchio would be really good on this team. And the next thing you know, a couple months later, he's teammates with Cade Cunningham. So, Valley, talk to us about what you're expecting to see from Tech 19 this upcoming season.
I'm expecting more of the same. He came in and instantly made a huge impact. Significant jump in his numbers from his Utah days to Detroit, although a small sample size. He averaged 15 and a half points a game and 4.5 rebounds per game in a Detroit uniform while shooting almost 43% from deep. I just truly don't think fans understand like the magnitude of his impact. Like that is such a prized possession to have in the NBA. He's a big wing. He's a solid 6'8". He contributes defensively. He moves his feet really, really well. I want to touch on the fact that he signed a 2-year, $16 million extension this summer. I think that's one of the biggest bargains from this summer in general. Not talking about the Pistons. I think that's going to go, uh, it'll be shown as just like a huge steal down the line. He's a real like fill in, kind of like a glue guy to me. Can do a bit of everything and really excels at shooting threes. That's what you need in the modern NBA. You need guys that are going to contribute, are going to be able to play off ball and can shoot 3-pointers. I don't have a specific numbers from the corner, but I know he excelled from the corner. I want to say high 40s. I'm expecting more of the same from him next season, be above 40% from deep. Am I expecting a point increase? No, not necessarily, but honestly, like the shots he was taking, like it's gonna sound a little silly, but like some of the shots he was taking and making were kind of Klay Thompson-esque. Where like it doesn't matter how much space I'm having, I'm pulling this and I'm shooting it with confidence, make or miss, and I'm gonna keep having the same mentality in my shot. I love Simone. I hope he's a starter to this team. If not, I can see kind of like a sixth man role for him, or see him teeter between starting lineup and bench as the season goes on. I think he's just such a valuable asset to have. Like size, shooting, defense, like at a high level. What else can you ask for? I truly don't understand why he's not talked enough more within the Pistons community, and I don't understand why his contract isn't talked enough more in the NBA in general. And I'm gonna say, guys, hot take: best foreign, best Italian player for the Pistons since Luigi Datome.
Who else is in that discussion?
Yeah.
Probably no one.
Gallinari.
Danilo Gallinari. Yeah.
Danilo Gallinari.
That's about it. Uh, no, I'm with
But
you.
oh no, I think he's just in general just a super, super underrated player that is going to provide so much for this franchise. Bargain of a deal.
And those numbers that you provided, those were just his numbers with the Pistons since the trade deadline, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So do you have his numbers in front of you for the whole year?
If you just give me one moment, I do indeed.
Because
His total for the 23-24 season was 10 and a half points a game. And just under 4 rebounds while shooting 46 and 40.
that's crazy. Yeah. So I'm expecting. I mean, I think the points goes up for sure from 10. I think maybe if you average it out like 13, maybe per because I don't know how many shots he's gonna get with guys like Hardaway. Maybe he won't even play much. We don't know yet, and we'll have to see. But I'd say 13 points a game, and I'm expecting, like you said, over 40 from three. But Connie, how do you feel about Simone this upcoming season?
I mean, I love me some Simone Fontecchio because I love a guy that just doesn't need the ball in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Valley mentioned his corner threes. I'm just gonna bring him up. Right corner three, 47%. Left corner three, 40%. Again, those are just crazy numbers. And I wanted to add on to that of his 252 field goal made last year, 217 were assisted. This man is a weapon that is designed for like a high level playmaker, a guy to pass to, a guy to kick out to. Um, I think those numbers absolutely go up. He's not averaging 10 next season. I think Valley overstated the defense, I guess, in my opinion, a little bit. Though it is tough to say with how bad that the whole Pistons squad was at defense last year. I think he's more of a part player in a good defense rather than like a creator of a good defense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah. What can I say? I'm really expecting a lot of the same. Maybe like connective playmaking, hitting the three when he's passed to, and being like a big wing, a 6'8" wing like that. Even if I don't think his defense is crazy, it can't be understated that he's like 6'8" and heavy, like put together, built young man. I guess old man. He's older than me, but yeah, I love me some Tech. I think he's a perfect piece. I hope he starts.
I do too. And I know Valley, if I don't talk about it, Valley will, so I'm just going to steal the show. Uh, Tech loved the fact that Kate asked him when he got to Detroit, where do you like the ball when I passed it to you so it's easier for you to get into your shot. Big part of the reason Tech loved playing with Cade, wanted to come back. And I think we saw a lot more of Tech putting the ball on the ground and driving to the basket than I thought we were expecting. So maybe we don't see as much of that this season now that we're more kind of, trying to find an identity and he's going to have more of a role as just more of a shooter rather than a guy that we're ever going to need like in late clock situations like we did last year with some of the guys we had out there. But I'm excited to see what Tech brings. Gabe, your thoughts on Tech?
Yeah, Ahmed, your last point is exactly what I was gonna say until Connie brought up that stat of his assisted numbers. Because I swear remembered him being decent, like just like with the ball in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I didn't really expect him to be much of a basketball player, but he knows how to play. And I think I'm kind of between you guys defensively. I think he's a little better than just a piece. He's really smart, I think, with where he needs to be, and he's sneakily like athletic on his blocks. That's what I always really like. He goes up with a strong arm, and he's really stalled some people there. And then really the last thing, I just think he's like locked in starter next to Caden Tobias. Um, and I guess this kind of combines Asar and him, but I really think our closing lineup will be Cade, Simone at the two, and then Asar, Tobias, and Duran. Um, it's just shooting, defense, size, everything you need, and there's more and more of those lineups popping up now in the NBA, and Fontecchio's, like you said, Connie, that piece that just fits anywhere. He can shoot, he plays defense, and that's all, and he doesn't need the ball in his hands. He's like an upgraded version of Tim Hardaway, who we will be talking about next. He is coming off an injury. I don't think we
Yes.
said that.
Yes,
Do
we did
you
not.
know the specifics of it, Amit?
I do not. I believe it was a foot injury, or a toe injury, something like that.
But he has been working out. He has been playing. I've seen you know, videos on Instagram, stuff like that. But he did get foot surgery.
He did, but I'm not too worried about it. I don't. I mean, I feel like players go through the wear and tear of a season, and then they just get a surgery to fix it, and they're right back at it at the beginning of the next season. I'm just glad it's not like within his finger or anything because I feel like that would impact the shot more. I feel like he's.
Yeah, because you
I
don't need like the foot is something that's like really low importance in the game of basketball.
Yeah, unless you're like uber athletic like a Asar Thompson or you're trying to like change direction super quickly. So maybe he's going to be a little more slow footed in his turning his hips towards the basket on defense, but he's on this team to shoot, so hopefully he just continues to do that. But Valley, any closing remarks on Tech?
Um, Not necessarily. I think if I get a Pistons jersey this year, I think I'm gonna get a Fontecchio jersey, man.
I love it. I
I'm high
love
on
it.
this guy. I'm high on this guy.
I love it. I love it.
I
Well,
just
with
have I got one question.
yeah,
All right, he in 16 games he hit 43 3-pointers. That is if he plays all 82, 220 on the season. Do we think that Simone Fontecchio hits 200 3-pointers in this upcoming year?
if he plays, yeah.
Yes,
what
I
did
think he'll
Sadiq
smash
hit
that.
as a rookie? Do you remember that number?
Oh man, he set the record, right? He has a
The
single
Pistons
people.
record, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has a Pistons record. He had
um,
500. He broke Steph Curry. Um, Sadiq, his rookie year, had 175.
I feel like that's
211 the next year.
I feel dang. I feel like yeah, I feel like it's possible. Sadiq was chucking up shots though.
I'm yeah,
He also
I'm
played
gonna
all
say yes
82.
as well. Yeah. I mean that average 200 averages out to about 2.4 a game. That's a pretty good number. Hitting three threes a game is nice. I
It
feel
is.
like he hits either two or three most games. So yeah, I'll say yes on that 200.
So you think he'll get 7 to 9 3-point attempts per game, or shots per game, and then like
Yeah,
okay,
depending on the game, he could hit eight threes. He just gets hot.
just get
That's
hot.
what he does. Yeah.
That's what he does. I love it. Well, with that being said, let's move into another guy that's going to be shooting the ball a lot around Cade Cunningham, and that's Tim Hardaway Jr. in segment 3.